Once upon a time, I used to love trend moves like this. Why? So that I could go against the trend. Yes, this trend is obviously an uptrend. If you look at what we have in front of us from the left-hand side to the right-hand side of the chart, you can see it's progressing higher and higher. And by the way, this is the cable, the GBPUSD, right? So I used to love this kind of trades, this kind of patterns in the market in order to go against the market, right? Because why? No matter how high or how low the market goes, there tends to be some sort of reversal in the market. So that means that we should be expecting some reversal any moment from now, somewhere around here, right? And why did I even pick this area? Now, first of all, you can see that we've had some vertical moves. When you have a vertical move, you notice that you tend to have pullbacks. You have this vertical move, that means that we tend to have another pullback. So how would you be able to determine the pullback? Where is it going to occur? What is the signal that we're looking out for in order to jump in? If you want to jump in, that is, because this is a counter trend move and it's much dangerous. There's some traders that actually wait for this in order to do a sort of martingale or fading kind of entry. They could place a sell over here, right, with the expectation that it's going to depreciate. And then when it goes higher, they place another sell above. It goes higher again, they place another sell above, meaning that they are adding to their negative positions. Why? Because they believe that no matter how high it goes, it is still reversed, and it's reversed to an area of interest. Because I can tell you for a fact that over here, this place here, just mark it here, this is a resistance that is yet to be tested as support. Here is resistance that is yet to be tested as support. That means that sooner than later, the price needs to reverse to that area, right? So there are different ways to look at the market, either following the trend or going against the trend. This video today is just to discuss and then to give you an idea how some other people look at the market. Because truth now is that when traders do not want to sell is when some others want to sell. When some traders want to buy is when some others do not want to buy. You always have both parties in the market present at all times. You have the sellers, you have the buyers in every market, whether it's an uptrend or downtrend. I can tell you for a fact that we could have had some people even placing penny order here because of this top. So they were expecting a double top here and then to drop. But I would also tell you that checking the news, we always say the first major thing to do is to check the news. And we have some key data about 3 hours ago for the US dollar, the unemployment claims, and a few others, right? I believe retail sales as well. But if you look at that point in time, where we had this big candle and you check the news, you know that there's going to be volatility that will be introduced. So you might not need to necessarily place a trade here. But assuming you did over here, somebody placed a trade here, that person most likely would have had some martingale style of entries to add to it. It's very dangerous because you are you're exposing more of your capital to the market because it's running into negative. But at the same time, if you know how to handle the risk management with respect to that style of trading, you are good to go. Because once it reverses, more or less all your positions will be in profit. Now, I'm not trying to encourage that style of trading. I'm just trying to give you, a different perspective with respect to how traders look at the market. At the end of the day, as we always say, as a chess player, you need to be aware what the other party wants to do, right? Even before you make your move, you need to be aware what the other party wants to do. So this one that we have in front of us, I can tell you for a fact that other things you could add to the mix. Let me put that area back. Let me just put this area back because this is also an area of interest as an untested area of support. I can tell you for a fact that some traders are using probably like divergence. Let's put up a divergence indicator, probably like the RSI. You have the RSI or you have the MACD, popularly known as MACD, moving average convergence divergence. Relative strength index, that's the RSI. So we click on this and we click on this. So if you look at the RSI, let me show you guys something. Look at the RSI. This is how the RSI works. The RSI shows you overbought, oversold regions. In this aspect where you can see that price has been appreciating, that means that it's looking like overbought, right? And how do you know? Once it is above this 70 marker that we have here, you can see it's reading about 76. Now it has entered into the overbought range. And then we also have what is known as a sort of divergence. From this point, you can see to the other point, recent point here. What we're trying to do is to mark this area here. Mark this area here. That's where we drew based on the RSI from this highs to this point here where it is now. We can do the same thing on the chart as well. Apart from the indicator we do on the chart. The reason is when price is pushing higher in this manner, and then the RSI indicator or even the MACD is pushing lower in this manner, it's telling you that the price is lying. I repeat, the price is lying. That means that it's lying with respect to this bullish move, and we're expecting a pullback. Now, do not be surprised if we now do an update of this. Now, this is something that is actually present on a few of the majors like the cable, like the fiber, Euro USD, AUD USD, NZD USD, especially, right? Because they're giving off this nice trending pattern, but at the same time, it is more or less overbought or oversold regions, right? And that's what we're talking about, is to give you a different perspective on this cable, on this GBPUSD, right? So you could also use this style of trading, this analysis for other instruments, right? Once you understand them. And that's why you can trade any instrument, whether it is Forex or commodities or cryptos or whatever. I keep on getting that question a lot. And that's just to explain to you that with this knowledge, trust me, you can trade anything. So what are we looking out for where it is? We're looking out for a sort of slowdown, a sort of exhaustion, and a sort of price action candlestick pattern, or maybe even a chart pattern that give us that heads up to enter. It could be a bearish pin bar, it could be a bearish engulfing, or whatever the case might be. It might be an inside bar. Depending on how you look at the candles and how you make use of them, you could get your entry here, and then the first stop is here. Now, mind you, this week cable has done these highs from this point here all the way up, which is over 250, which is about 270 pips approximately to the upside, right? It is due for a retracement this week, right? And today is Thursday. So that retracement most likely might start to show today, stroke tomorrow. So let's see how it plays out. Please, as a quick disclaimer, this is for educational purposes strictly. If you're going to place a trade based on this analysis that we have dished out, make sure you understand how to calculate your risk based on your account balance. And then also make sure you know how to manage your trades. There are different trade management techniques. So you should know which one to administer at any given time. Okay, so I want to say thank you for tuning in. I hope that this little explanation that we've given from another point of view of a counter trend trader, especially, has helped you to understand the market a bit better. Even if you are not a counter trend trader, it's always good for you to understand what the CT traders, counter trend traders are looking at, what they are interested in, and so on. I'm going to follow this pounds, GBP USD, especially today and tomorrow, and then I'll give you an update, right? Because trust me, you get an entry here, it could even run well in your favor. You could actually get to this point and you can cash out here, or you could even get to this point lower, because these are also valid areas of what? Valid areas of support. As a matter of fact, if you use a Fibonacci as a Fibonacci trader, you draw from the lows here to the highs here, you might probably want the price to get to 38.2 or 50 or 61.8. What if you get an entry here and you hold it all the way down? That is sweet money at the end of the day. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. It has been a good one. It has been a good week so far. And of course, we hope that it will end in a good and positive one for everybody. If you have any questions, comment in the section below. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and of course, reach out if anything. Right? Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Goodbye and God bless. Cheers.